Hello, it's Monday and we're at school, so it's time for book talk. I did read a couple of things, finished a couple of things over the last week when we had lots of time at home to do so. One of the things that I read is Little Darlings by Melody Golding. I read this as an ebook on Libby on my phone, and it's an adult book, but there's nothing in there that I felt like would be inappropriate for students, so if it sounds good to you, let me know and I'll buy it for the library. Anyway, it's called Little Darlings, and the premise of the book is the main character has just given birth to twins. Okay, she's given birth to twins, and then some weird stuff happens in the hospital. I don't want to tell you everything about it, but basically the whole book you're trying to figure out, is she experiencing postpartum depression and psychosis, or are her babies changelings? Have they been abducted by fairies and replaced with babies that look just like them but are not them? It is very creepy. She did a great job describing some of the less pleasant aspects of childbirth and being a new mother. She did a great job describing what it feels like to have postpartum depression. And then it was just really good and twisty. There's a lot of things, a lot of red herrings, a lot of things that make you kind of feel also like, I don't know what's going on in this story, but I'm intrigued and I want to know more. So that one was good. I highly recommend. And another one, I listened to The Gravity of Us by Phil Stamper, and it is part full cast. Like, the premise of this story is the main character has an account on this platform called Flash Fame, which is kind of YouTube-esque, kind of Facebook Live-ish sort of thing, where he has a channel and he posts updates about things that go on in New York, like fun things to do in New York. He got most of his followers by covering the last presidential election, I believe. But anyway, so he has a following, and his dad is a pilot, an airline pilot, but he's always wanted to be an astronaut, and he has thrown his name into consideration to possibly go to Mars on this new NASA mission. So his dad is selected, and main character's life is just completely overthrown. He is uprooted from New York to Texas, and there's already a show called Star Watch that follows the astronauts, and it's kind of like a reality TV sort of thing, but it's been around for a long time. But anyway, at first he's like, I can't really do my Flash Fame, or can I? So there's some contention between the Star Watch people and him, as far as in NASA, as far as like who's going to be actually the person that's putting the information out here. Is he going to be able to? Is he not? But anyway, the Star Watch part is full cast. So whenever we are watching a Star Watch episode, there are multiple different characters voiced by multiple different narrators. And then when we are in the main character's life and his experiences, that is a different narrator. I liked the way the audiobook was done, and there's even a little postscript at the end of the audio where you hear from the author and his opinions about how the audiobook was created. And it was all just very interesting to me. I just like audio in general. So, but if you like love stories, because there's also a love story element in there. There's a mental health element in there that I thought was very well done, talking about depression. And if you like space, like it's not scientific, so there's not a lot of details about the space program itself, but it's like all tangential to the space program. So again, I like that. I'll buy it in print for our library, but if you want to listen to it, get a free public library card and check out Libby. I also finished this book, Beast Warrior, which I've been reading since November. It's taken me a very long time to finish this book, not because I didn't like it, but because I don't know, it's very descriptive. I don't tend to read a lot of things that are super descriptive, but I really do like the way the author wrote this book. It is translated. And at the very end of the book, the author kind of talks about how she didn't really want to write this book originally. The first book, Beast Player, she felt was a full, complete story, and she didn't really feel like it needed any more. But then they made an animated an animation of Beast Player, and fans wanted more, so she came up with a second story. It doesn't feel tacked on to me. It does feel like a continuation of the first story, but it didn't really grab me like the first one did. Again, I did enjoy it, and there's a lot of exploration of the concept of, man versus, or man and mythical beast and nature in general, and how much we should actually meddle in that, and consequences of doing so. Lots of action adventure as well, and family dynamics and all kinds of stuff. It's just a whole universe of things. Last book that I read is called Glitch, and I did buy this at McKay's for our library. It is about a video game, okay? So main character gets this brand new video game. She and her friend have been waiting to play this video game. She promised not to play it until her friend could play it with her, and she did it anyway and gets sucked into the game, like literally sucked into the actual game. She is physically in the game, and this robot character tells her, it's her responsibility to help save the universe of the game. And I can't tell you anymore because then it would spoil the book. If you like video games, if you like comics, graphic novels, then you might like that. There were some things about it that irritated me, but it's probably just me. I won't go into detail because I don't want to spoil the book for you. But anyway, that's all I have for this time, and we will see you again next week.